only have one season here? Summer, 365 days a year? What? What the heck? Oh wow, that's amazing. That is amazing, man. What the heck? I didn't know that. No way. Hold on. Might have to move to Singapore. Hold on. Weather Singapore. Damn. Oh my God, it's 80 degrees right now. Fahrenheit. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Wow. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Hope everyone is doing well. We're going to do well today. We're going to have an amazing trading day. We're going to remain patient. We're going to take the best possible trade setups. We're only going to stick to trades in our system. And if a good trade comes, we're going to have to take it. Whether it works or not, that's life. If the trade works or not, there's no guarantee, but we have to do what we have to do. Trading is a numbers game. If the trade doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. That's life. All right. Okay. Advantage price looks sus. Yeah, I mean it definitely. I mean it looks pretty bearish, unfortunately. The VIX is up. Crude oil is up. So pragmatically speaking, I mean crude oil is up almost 8% on the day. So yeah. Okay, okay. How's everyone's week been? How'd you guys do so far for the week? Hope everyone's been doing well. Up on the week. I'm grateful. Hopefully catch a short today on pumper trace. Yeah, hopefully, man. Awesome. How was your week? It's been pretty good. It's been really, really good, thankfully. You know? Yesterday I was not on, but prior to that, we've been taking really solid trades. They've been working really, really well. So hopefully we just continue. You know, we have 2 more days left of the week. The week should be good. Atik, thank you for the follow. Should be good to go, to be honest. Should be good to go. Do you live stream on YouTube every day? Yes. Okay. Big pullback so far in the pre-market. 630 is breaking to the downside on the QQQ. We're starting to see a bit of weakness here on the overall indices. 9 minutes prior to market open here. Overall, market does seem to be a bit bearish, but we are structurally in a bull flag. Yet we don't want to be early to the long setups. We never want to be early to the long setups. Do you do credit spreads? No. Primarily vanilla options.
The one of the behind the
Are credit spreads well, there is a larger risk, you know? Good morning. How's New York today? It's great. It's getting a little chilly. Where are you? Mustafa, what brokerage is good for stock trading in the US? So you can use various different brokerages. You could use either Charles Schwab, you could use Mumu, you could use Webull. PLTR seems strong. Hmm. Yeah, interesting. I mean, the Russell is down 1.7%. The Nasdaq and the ES are down almost 0.85% each. Crude oil is up over 8%. Do you trade ES futures ever? No, but when I'm looking at the charts of the ES and the NQ on stream, sorry, when I'm looking at the charts of like the SPY or the QQQ on stream, I use the chart of the NQ and the ES. You know, Florida. Wow, yeah. 72. Don't miss the snow. Yeah, I can't imagine. That's amazing. Nice. Morning one position to put on now. It's too early to put on a position. Market opens in 6 minutes. We're gonna wait. Thoughts on bull? It's not a great. Like, I would rather wait for the market to bottom out, right? Because you can clearly see that it's so all of these financial stocks, Bull, Hood, all of these financials are doing very poorly because the Russell 2000 is the weakest indice currently. So because it's the weakest indice, you don't want to be short-term bullish on these because in the short term we could drop even more. You know, so just be very, very careful and cognizant of trying to time things. Microsoft bull flag on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, it's definitely bullish above 403, 405-ish area. Microsoft is definitely bullish. Morning, brother. Do you see a bearish market today? It's in the pre-market, it's definitely bearish for now, but in the overall trajectory since the market bottom a couple of days ago, this is still a bull flag. So it's a bit 50-50 here. The market is a bit 50-50 here, unfortunately. So we can't force anything. You know. Market is trying to hold and bounce now off of these lows, pragmatically speaking. But we don't want to be aggressive to the long side, especially when there is clearly a bit of bearish momentum. We don't want to be early to the long side. All right. So we bounced clean off of 602. The SPY also bounced clean off of essentially 670, which are two major levels of support, but still not really the cleanest long opportunities. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a pullback in the pre-market here a bit, but overall, they are trying to paint a very bullish picture, but it's not the greatest long opportunity, unfortunately. Not the greatest. really ugly like wick, very very ugly wick off of 602. Really really just not a great structural bounce. Don't want to really see a big wick to the upside like this. It's just way more difficult to try to trade it, unfortunately. So, regardless, with that being said, we will try our best. We will do what we have to do. And let's see. All right. 15 seconds. See how it goes. Let's do well today. QQQ is really trying to hold 602.50. It retraced. It's really trying to show a bullish structure. Yeah, look at this. Huge, huge, monstrous green candle. Then a monstrous pullback. So this is going to be one of those days, as you can see. All right. All right, let's have some fun. So, main thing today is every position size needs to be a bit more lax because there is no solid confirmed market direction. The market is very different in multiple variables. The VIX is bullish, crude oil is bullish. Those two things are bearish for the overall market. But pragmatically speaking, we are a bit bullish on the structure of the NASDAQ. Okay. Let the market fall. We don't want to be early to longs. All right, that's the main thing. Let the market, if the market wants to drop, let it drop. We're not going to be early to the move to the upside. If we hold below 603, this is pretty bearish on the NASDAQ, all right? They're painting a very, very bearish picture. They are painting a very bearish picture. But 603 needs to hold as resistance for a continued move lower. It's a make or break area. Okay. Market's really trying to bounce here. Alrighty, alrighty, alright. So we're holding 603 on the QQQ. This is definitely, they're definitely trying to paint a very bullish picture, especially if we can remain above 603 on the QQQ. This is really, really bullish. So, with that being said, they are really, really trying to keep this very bullish. So it looks like we're gonna have to try to look for longs. We're most likely going to have to try to look for longs into retracements. But this, I mean, overall, this is a really, it feels very heavy. Feels quite heavy, actually. So we're going to have to wait and play this. Hmm. Okay, they're trying to hold 603. Bounced very aggressively. We can see the implied volatility on the contracts are about 40%. They're dropping now as the price is moving. So the change in implied volatility is causing the market to bounce. The change in delta, etc. This is a bullish situation on the market, especially as 603 is holding. Let's see. Yep, there's a new high of day. The SPY looks like it's about to rip to the upside as well. The SPY has targets to 673. The NASDAQ has targets to above 605. Aside from that, they are painting a very bullish picture, and clearly it seems to be working. this is a really, what they're painting is a very, very bullish picture. For them to drop it lower now would be devastating to bulls who entered. Because right now what they're doing is painting a very, very bullish picture. Another new high on the SPY. New high of day on the IWM. But now we're failing to break up. I mean, regardless, like this is like a really, really bullish setup. Very, very strong. We retraced back to 603. This is holding. And then we had a big bounce to the upside. It would be absolutely devastating if they just ripped it lower. Nine times almost. Like a very high probability of times we end up holding 603 here. So let's see what they end up doing here. Big wick below major levels of support all throughout here. This is pointing to a huge bounce. Monster wick to the downside with a green candle to the upside. This is all eyes are pointed to 605 on the QQQ and 673 on the SPY. I mean, even though we are chopping within a very, very tight range, it's begging to rip. It is very, very quite literally begging. Painting a very, very bullish picture. If this doesn't work, then this is a really, really devastating price action today. With that being said, we have to wait. If the move does occur to the upside, we might enter closer to 603. This is really bullish, man. We might have to enter. This is unfortunate. We might have to enter into these highs, man. Damn. Yeah, let's. If 603 cannot hold the 602.80, 603 area, if we don't hold this as support, then we're going to have to hold off on longs. We came back down to 602.80. Let's see. We're not forcing anything. They painted a very, very bullish picture off of those moves to the upside and reversed it down lower. Right into support. Now we have to see if this support holds. We're not taking anything here. But that is really, really crazy that they did not break it to the upside. So this is the last stand, essentially, for bulls. Implied volatility is increasing again. Holding 670.80, 602.80 is the QQQ. We don't want to be early to the longs. We don't want to be early. The VIX and crude oil are both rising. That bullish structure that we saw on the NASDAQ, pragmatically now, it could not hold. We need to see a break back above 603 or 602.80 to reclaim bullishness. Very simple, okay? Pragmatically speaking, this pullback that we just saw off of a very, very aggressively bullish situation is devastating for bulls because they painted a very, very bullish picture. And this was just devastating. This really, really, many people must have went long up here and it did not work out. So that's why we remained patient. We didn't force anything. We are letting the trade come to us. And they are not about to do, they're not about to make this easy for bulls so far. We might have to go short. But the issue is that there's extreme weakness already. But this is looking like a really good short opportunity. All good. We wait. Monster drop. This is still not a good long opportunity. There's still a lot of bearish momentum, even though 600 is support on the NASDAQ. 668. Literally, we bounced exactly at support on the SPY. 668.70. Below 668.70 is basically 668 and then 667. We might have to long this. We might have to go long on this because it held support really well. Abnormally well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this bounces really hard. And it. Hmm. Yeah, should be bouncing here. Should be bouncing pretty aggressively. There it is. Yep. Yep. Okay. Damn. Yeah, this was a monstrous bounce. Interesting. Okay. Mm, mm. Monstrous bounce. Exactly off the lows. The reason why I was very bullish down here was because we bounced very perfectly off of support while the overarching setup was extremely bearish. So we wicked and then we painted a very nice green candle after a wick to the downside. All right, so now let's go ahead and see if the 60150 can hold for a continued move to the upside. No guarantee yet. No guarantee that this is going to continue to hold. We had a big bounce to the upside. We failed exactly at 60250. For all we know, this can just continue to drop. But we need to see it continue to hold. And it doesn't seem like it is. Hmm. I've got my eyes on puts. I've got my eyes on puts. This should be collapsing really aggressively. This should be collapsing really, really aggressively. The issue is that we're going to have to go light. Very, very light lotto position. I'm in light QQQ, 601 puts. Very, very light lotto position. This is a very, very light trade. It's already began to drop. Damn. Opened up a tab by accident. But this is it should just continue to drop here. Wow. Monster moves to the downside. Huge. Wow. Have to take some profits and leave runners and don't let the contracts go red. And overall, just we're going to reposition ourselves long if things start becoming bullish. All right. But right now, the momentum is bearish. This was a really quick trade, obviously, but the momentum is clearly bearish. Had to take it. I was calling pretty much these moves really, really well all morning. We didn't take anything, but we had to take this one. It is what it is. Not, it is what it is. Had to take it. This wick to the downside is really unfortunate because they're trying to paint a very bullish picture with this huge wick to the downside. Yeah, damn, they might bounce this, unfortunately. I just swallow it lower. Swallow it lower, please. That would make things so much easier. Don't even just swallow it lower. That would make things so much simpler. Come on. There we go. Come on. You're tired. You don't want to bounce right now. Just go to sleep. Just fall over. Yeah, this is not good. I have a very, very bad track record. When I start speaking to the stock market or the charts to go in a certain direction, they go the opposite, unfortunately. So let me stop speaking to her. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. All right, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Mm. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Uh-oh. Let me just stop even commentating. Oh my gosh. I got my eyes on calls. I'm about to enter into QQQ calls. I'm in QQQ 600 calls. 241. God damn, what the hell's happening? What the hell's happening, bro? Damn, bro. Decided to bounce very aggressively, but I entered, so I hope you guys entered as well. I can't do much about this huge, monstrous green candle price action, but it is what it is. God damn, holy shit. Holy crap. What the fudge? What the heck, man? That is ridiculous, bro. Jeez Louise, bro. Holy crap, bro. Ooh, you guys can't hear. How? My settings good to go on Discord. All right. 30% trade to start the morning. Did we catch the bottom? Oh, did we catch the bottom, Hamid? Oh, I believe we did. Oh, I believe we did. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yeah, so we entered long at the lows, and right now these are up really nicely. And yeah, man. This should make a new high date. But let's see. I'm out of majority. Hopefully you guys sold out of the majority here. We're just gonna hold on to runners and see what happens. All right. So essentially now, this is not a good opportunity to go long. The reason because it's not a good opportunity to go long, this becomes a better opportunity to go short or to wait for a pullback and then go long again. So that point for a pullback and a continued move would be basically it needs to hold above 601. By the time we hit 601, the contracts are going to lose a lot of value, which is why you have to sell a majority, or you have to take a majority of your profits into this move to the upside. Because if 601 does end up retesting on the QQQ, it becomes a like you lose a large percentage of the profit to the upside. If 601 breaks to the downside, we should see new lows. So just be very, very cognizant of that. We are once again not going to force any trades. We might have to enter short. Let's see. Drop some ones in the chat if you guys made money on this move to the upside. Plenty of time to enter. Even with the delay, plenty of time to enter. And should have worked out. One. Okay. No forcing anything. We're not going to chase. We're going to let the market even itself out. Do what it wants to do. I would not want to short a Palantir into strength. We might have to short, man. Honestly, this is interesting situation. Damn, this is like we either explode to the upside or normally on a normal day this would drop. On a normal day this would drop. But what we're seeing right now is not really normal. Ooh, damn, this is just on trade setups like this, man. It's just unfortunate, man. It's really, really just unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Don't want to take either direction. Ugh, disgusting. Nice. Dustin, are you doing well? Oh, nice. In the TikTok chat. Nice. You made money on the puts and the calls. What time zone? This is the daily time frame. I had network issues, Sufi. Damn. Sorry to hear that. I'm in runners for 280 stop loss. If we drop below 280 on the contracts, then I'm going to sell. All right. Because I don't want to hold through any I don't want to hold through anything. It's unfortunate, you know, we have to just 280 on these contracts. Okay. So we're going to remain in profit. If it wants to bounce right now, it's going to bounce. And yeah, we're just going to hold on to runners. All right. We're going to hold on to runners. And if it's going to bounce, it's going to bounce. So far, it's bouncing. Solid setup. If it wants to rip to the upside, it has every opportunity to right now. This is a falling wedge, a bull flag, a falling wedge. It broke above prior support. It's trying to show bullishness. It's a, you know, there's a lot of bullish structure here. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Alrighty, alrighty. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see now if we break above the 602, 603 level. If we can do that, then we're going to see new highs of day. Okay. Unfortunate. Once again, nice bullish move. We're hitting right into VWAP. It should continue higher. It really should continue higher, but on days like today, when the VIX is high, when there isn't that much follow through, unfortunately, we fail at levels of resistance. So 602 is resistance on the QQQ. 671.30 is resistance on the SPY. Our contracts are still up very decently. I don't want to increase the trailing stop. I still want to hold it a bit loose for 280 because I think we should be, you know, we should be continuing on higher, but in the event that we don't, it'd be unfortunate, but in the event that we don't, we'll remain in profit. Damn, this is starting to look bearish. We should probably go short, actually. All right, hold on. Mm. Ooh, damn. We're right at 280, man. Damn. Damn. We should be entering shorts, man, honestly. We should be entering shorts. Let me just not look at the market. Let it bounce. Let me have my stop losses in play. Yeah, I'm gonna exit now. Damn, bro. Yeah, we might have just gotten stopped out right at support, but mm, all good. We should have went short. Yeah, we should have definitely went short, but at least we sold for profit. That's life. It is what it is. Mm. Solid bullish, bearish play. We should have went short. It is what it is, right? We would have captured at least like 15%, 20% by now on this structure. If we ended up going short when I wanted to, we would be up about 20%. But it's a good situation at least. We didn't overstay in longs. Now it is what it is. If we do want to bounce, so be it. But we remained in profit on this play, and that is the best that we can ask for, honestly. Can't do anything else. Yep, exactly. As long as we're profitable for the day. Exactly. Exactamundo. Purple, purple. This is gonna drop so hard. Ah, damn. Yeah, this is really looking to drop very aggressively. Oof. Hmm. I would rather look for long opportunities than try to go short into weakness, into support, even though this is looking like such a great. Even now, it's looking like a good short, but we're going to have to wait. We're not going to force anything. And, yeah. If it drops, it drops. Really clearly painting a very bearish picture if the QQQ can remain below 670, honestly. But now the SPY is right, um, getting very close to support. The Nasdaq is also very close to 600, an even number of support as well. Let's see. Let's see how she does. What would the contracts be right now? About 30%. Oh well. This is not yet a long opportunity in my opinion. We need a break back above 670-ish on the Qs and back above around 67. What am I saying? 600.7 and 670 on the SPY. But until then, it's not yet a long opportunity. All eyes are literally pointed to a monster move to the downside. This is not a good long. It should continue. Like the market, it feels very, very heavy right now. It would take an extreme amount of buying pressure for us to bounce. The SPY failed at 670. The QQQ failed at 601. It would take an immense amount of buying pressure for this to rally. And we don't want to be early to the party. We do not want to be early to the party. If it bounces here, so be it. This is not really a great long opportunity. Because this is clearly, it just wants to topple over. It just wants to topple over. That's what it's looking like. Once again, if it bounces, so be it. I'm not taking this long. I'm not forcing any trade. We might have to, actually. We might have to. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Great. Yeah, the moves are happening so quick. That's crazy. Okay, if the Nasdaq can hold above 670, and if the SPY can hold above 670, those are the levels for a continued move to the upside. Yeah, things are just starting to chop around. I'm gonna head on into the Discord. I'm gonna be continuing my trades there. If you guys want access, you guys could go ahead and click the link in my bio and join there. I'm gonna be continuing to trade, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. So I will see you guys later in the day. I'm gonna be streaming my market analysis on TikTok, and also, I'm gonna be back live tomorrow morning. All right. So love you guys. Have a good one. Take care.